Okay, so today I'm looking at a piece for trumpet and piano by Christopher Coleman. It's called Bitter Wind. It's about a 10-minute piece. And before we get into this, I just want to explain how I found this score. So I think on Twitter or X, I guess you would call it, at some point I found this spreadsheet. Could have been a different social media avenue, but yeah, someone had this spreadsheet called Catalog of Trumpet and Brass Works by Gender Marginalized People and or Black, Indigenous, or Persons of Color. Uh, I think that's the full extent of the title. Um, so yeah, it's nicely organized. This piece was under solo slash featuring, solo trumpet mostly, and trumpet and piano pieces. Um, so there's a huge list of things. Most of these scores, you can buy them on Sheet Music Plus or some other avenue. This piece I realized was free. I think all of Coleman's pieces are free on his website. Other than this, like way of finding it, I know nothing about this piece really. It's written in 2007. And I'm pretty sure this is the full score. Let me just double check. Yeah, I guess when I saw the score, it looked interesting enough to cover on the channel. It's got some aleatoric notation and stuff. Um, and yeah, it's well uh, like the front matter is nice and full. You can read all about the composer and the piece. So that's sort of the plan today to kick off our trumpet and piano trilogy. So yeah, this spreadsheet I'll leave um, in the like description of this video if you're interested. I don't know if it's regularly being updated. I guess if we organize by year or something. Oh no, there's a piece from 2025 here. So I guess yeah, it is being updated. Um, I gotta go grab a laptop charger, so I will be right back. Oh nice, they got a whole bunch of stuff by Eris here. Anyways, uh, yeah, again, lots of info here about every piece and every composer, so might be a nice way to spend your Sunday afternoon or whatever, just going through this spreadsheet. Okay, so carrying on, let's get to know this score, which I know nothing about. Uh, okay, so Christopher Coleman, born 1958, Atlanta, Georgia, composer, conductor, trombonist, currently comp coordinator and associate head of the Hong Kong Baptist University Department of Music. He's also taught at University of Chicago, DePaul, Columbia, and Interlochen. He earned his PhD from the University of Chicago, where he studied with Ralph Shapey and Shulamit Ron. While at UPenn, he studied with George Crumb, George Rochberg, and Richard Wernick. So nice roster of teachers, holy. Uh, while most of Coleman's scores are scored for traditional forces, he has two large-scale multimedia slash improv pieces, September Variations and Prophecies for a New Millennium. He has received commissions from the Hong Kong Wind Philharmonia, Hong Kong Bach Choir and Orchestra, Hong Kong Composers Guild, and DuPage Symphony Orchestra, the Chicago area chapter of the American String Teachers Association, and the University of Georgia Trombone Choir. And then he lists his awards here. He's a founding member of the People's Liberation Improv, Hong Kong's leading comedy improv group, and has performed with them in Beijing, Seoul, Manila, and Macau, as well as Hong Kong. Much of Bitterwind uses proportional notation, as we kind of saw. There's trumpet glissandi. Uh, Notes sung by the trumpet player may be transposed whatever octave is comfortable, and box notes are repeated immediately with no pauses. A number of repetitions may be given above the box, so for example, 3 times. A bitter wind blows through our lives. Our humanity is increasingly being taken from us. We work more hours than ever before and are less satisfied. The people who control our lives seek to do so only for their own benefit. Altruism and compassion are rapidly disappearing. Teaching and learning are being replaced by manipulation and marketing. Lies go unquestioned and truths are attacked. Independent thought is discouraged in favor of dogma and catchphrases. Diversity and originality are publicly praised but not valued. Conformity is king. Quantity reigns supreme over quality. We are being turned not into machines. Um, sorry, yeah, not into machines, which would at least require an effort to replace, but into leaves of a diseased tree whose individual lives and deaths seem of no consequence whatsoever. Only through a difficult but vital appraisal of our true situation and our real needs can we fight the bitter wind, which otherwise promises catastrophe. Bitter Wind was commissioned by Kiyanori Sokabe for his newly created Zephyros trumpet, a trumpet with both valves and a trombone-like slide. The current version is a new revision, significantly rewritten for the standard trumpet in C and piano. Interesting. It's probably the most like emotional, passionate program note I've read in a long time. Um, we'll see if the music lives up to that, but I'm sure that that program note speaks to a lot of people in the audience here. Uh, honestly, it's I much prefer it to a flowery program note that is all positive and lovey-dovey. You know, I think at least this has a bit of an edge. It's almost like a little mantra or manifesto. This recording is 12 minutes, whereas this course is 10, so there's a bit of a discrepancy there. And yeah, let's just get into this thing. Not sure who's performing in this recording, but maybe if you know, you could put it in the comments. Maybe the information is somewhere else on his SoundCloud or website. Yeah, link in the video description to this thing, as always. Nice, yeah. So I think the performers did a really good job with this thing. This is a beast to play, and although it was kind of like episodic, kind of like one thing after another, I thought it really kept my attention for 12 minutes, and I think in no small part that's because the performers were really giving her. Yeah, really cool score. Was not expecting to like this as much as I did, just because it's a totally random find. But yeah, really, really cool piece. Does remind me of George Crumb in a lot of ways, like in terms of notation and sound effects and the programmatic aspect of it. Um, really distinctive opening. This stuff with the accompanist doing like aleatoric, fast little notes. I mean, it's very idiomatic for piano, and I think it's a good way to warm the performers up while still sounding flashy. Your pianist, like your accompanist, will thank you. You know, they'll probably enjoy rehearsing this part with you. And yeah, other moments with aleatory were just really tasteful. They made it look more engaging and for the performers and fun to play. So um, yeah, that was Bitter Wind. Don't know if I'm gonna get to a lot more Christopher Coleman on the channel, but I think this was a nice little find. Um, tomorrow, I think there's a Peter Maxwell Davies Trumpet Sonata, which I have the score for, so that should be next on the docket.